My name is Rachel Lynn. Welcome to my channel, and today I'll be showing you 3 different hairstyles you can wear for any kind of dance class. The first hairstyle we'll be doing today is the classic bun. I usually do this with the left part low. This can be done with any type of part. It can be done high. The method is the same. It just depends on the positioning of the hair. So I'll be showing what I usually do for my ballet class. So I'm going to start with cleaning up this part. I kind of did it earlier, but it's a little messy right now, so I usually use my fingers. Sometimes I'll use like a chopstick or a parting comb, and this is what I had today, so we're just going to do that. I usually line it up with the eye, spread it out, and try to even it out as much as possible to where it feels good or looks good. I'm doing this without a mirror because I could not find my small one, so yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. Yeah, that feels pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is, before I brush it back, I'm actually going to do a light mist of hairspray. This will help kind of catch any of the flyaways, especially as it gets warmer out. And you know, I have naturally curly hair, so it likes to get super frizzy, as you can probably tell. But we're just gonna spray it real good, get the part kind of all over. Then we're gonna start combing it back into the low pony. Usually start with this side, get nice and slick. And I'm probably getting some flyaways around my ears. I tend to get little baby hairs right there, but we'll touch those up in a bit. Yep, I just comb my hair back to a low pony, making sure there's no bumps or weird spots anywhere. Gather it up, and I can feel like a weird bump right here, so I'm also going to smooth it out. I also recommend using a smoothing brush, so something that has very fine bristles. It tends to catch more hair and it smooths out the hair better than like a paddle brush or a wide bristled brush. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm going to do my best to show you. I don't do my low ponytails at the nape of my neck. I actually bring it up higher. This will still do a low bun, but what it does is it gives you a space to actually put the bun on and somewhere to pin it. Or else I find that if I do my ponytail any lower than this, I'll be like trying to pin down here, which has nothing to pin to. Just smooth it back into a nice low ponytail like that. So once that is there, you can use as many hair ties as you'd like. I usually just do one large one and 2 smaller ones. I split the hair in 2, and we're going to roll it like a cinnamon roll. So keeping one side down, starting with the left side. So I'm right-handed, I twist this way. I twist it down. I will usually spray it, smooth it out, and I will start wrapping it clockwise until about right there. And then once I get to this point, I'm going to dump out some bobby pins and start pinning around the top of the bun. So I usually just do 3 pins here. Depending on the thickness and length of your hair, this can change. I usually have much shorter hair, and I find that this hairstyle works really well for pretty much any length. My younger sisters have much longer hair than me, and this actually works really well on them as well. So twisting the other section now, wrapping it around the same way counterclockwise, keeping the twist tight. I pin it around the outside of the bun, and it gives this nice little cinnamon roll effect. So that's not the pin I want. I'm going to keep it going. So then once it gets about here, this is when I twist the 2 ends together. Again, making sure it's nice and tight. Twist it to about there. Keeping the hair around the bun nice and tight. Sometimes, depending, like if you have layers or you just recently cut your hair, you're getting used to styling it again, I'll tend to have some flyaways, or you might tend to have some flyaways. So having these pins called U pins, which I'll show in a minute, Actually helps with any of those loopies or flyaways that sneak out that the thinner, tighter bobby pins can't seem to grasp. So that is the end of the bun. It's super secure, stays in really well. And I'll show you the pins that I use. So for flyaways, I'll use a U pin. It works really well. So like, I don't know if you can see the little bits of hair right here. If I hold it down and pin it back, it goes right along with the bun. It keeps it nice and smooth, out of the way, like that. And I'll usually spray this again one more time. Then the other pin that I use this one the most, it's the tighter ones. They're called premium bob pins if you go to Sally's. I know, weird. And then if your hair is thicker or longer, I like using these longer hair pins. This one's a little stretched out. They're usually more like that. But back when I had super long hair, this is what I would use and it would stay in really well. So yeah, this is look number 1. All right, on to hairstyle 2. We're going to learn how to do a French twist. This is an excellent hairstyle in case you forget a hair tie. I have found that I forget hair ties all the time, but always have a plethora of bobby pins in the bottom of my bag. So this is a great way to have your hair pulled back nice and tight and not have to worry about a hair tie. So same thing as before, I tend to twist my hair this way. So I find that parting on the left and tucking it into the longer side actually makes it more secure for myself. So it's going to start the same way as the low bun. We're going to pull it into a low pony, really brushing the hair back nice and smooth. And getting it into that low place on the neck. I'm so sorry, my shoulders always crack when I do this hairstyle, but it's okay. So I have it pulled back into a nice low pony, but instead of putting it into a ponytail, what I'm actually going to do is rotate this way, and I'm going to start twisting it underneath itself. And as I am twisting, I'm going to pull the hair up underneath itself and spread it out along the twist, so it's actually tucking into this side of the hair. And I'm going to continue to twist it, smooth it out and such. Then once I get to about this point, I'm going to pull the hair away and twist it under and tuck in the loose ends. Then it creates like a little loop on the top. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is a little loop right along here. It's okay if it's a little messy. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, this is for class, not for a show. Obviously, if it was for a show, I would redo it and try to put more gel in it as well. But the first place you're going to pin is along the top of this loop right here. I find that that's the place that has the most struggles, if that makes sense. Like, it likes to flop out and away from the scalp, so I try to separate the pin and get it really snug against the hair that's twisted underneath, and then I will go down along the side right here. If you're worried about the cleanliness of the twist on the exposed side, you can put like I'll usually put little flower clips in here, or some sort of like bobby pins, like more decorative bobby pins, to kind of pull away from the flyaways and have them look more towards, you know, the hair accessory rather than the hair itself. And I can feel that it's a little bit grumbly right here, so I'm going to pin that right here as well. And sometimes, depending on the style, you'll get like a little bit of a bump right here. Some people like it. I personally don't. I think it makes my head look cone shaped. So yeah, this is style 2. Nice slicked back, nice French twist. My hair is very frizzy today, but it is okay. Yeah, that is hairstyle number 2. All right, the next hairstyle we're gonna do requires 2 Dutch braids. As you can see, I already have one side done just for the sake of time, but I'm going to demonstrate how to do it on the right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull the hair back into the direction of where I want the braid to go. just so then it's easier to grab as you go. I'm going to separate a little chunk of hair up towards the middle of my part, and then separate that into 3 even little pieces. So 1, 2, 3. From here, I'm going to take the piece that's closest to the part and pull it under the middle section, and then repeat with the section that's farthest away. So it starts out as just a normal braid, and then as you continue, you're going to grab a little bit of hair, pull it under. Then you're going to do the same thing with the outside strand, little hair, under. And you're going to continue that pattern all the way down until you don't have any more hair to add into the braid, and then it just goes into a regular braid. Just going to kind of go through it a bit slower just to kind of, you know, make it a follow along and not so much of a, wait, can you do that again? Kind of video. So yeah, to continue all the way down. I find that Dutch braids are easier to do on curly hair. It's just my opinion. I always feel like my French braids, the braids where you pull the hair over the weave, tends to bubble and look weird, and I just don't like the way it looks on my head. I like the Dutch because it's a bit more prominent, and I think you can pull it in tighter and it just looks a lot smoother. You're not getting any bubbles or anything like that. Pretty sure I said bubbles 5 times within the past 5 seconds, but it's okay. So yeah, you can see I'm almost done pulling all the hair back. I'm going to finish it out. Try to grab about as even pieces as possible so then you're not getting any oddly thick and super thin strands to braid with. Alright, now that I don't have any more hair to add in, I'm going to pull it over my shoulder and braid it the rest of the way down, just going over the middle piece until you don't have any more hair to braid. So yeah. Alright, that is part A of this hairstyle. We're going to clasp it off. I have hair falling out. It's fine. Okay, now that I have 2 Dutch braids, I'm going to go into the weave. I'm going to check to see if this is still recording because it likes to stop randomly. It is. Good job. Okay. Continuing. I'm going to turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the braid that is on my right and pull it under the other braid, and this one is going to go over. Again, my hair is frizzy because it is the second time I'm doing this hairstyle because the first time I did it, it did not record. So, trying again. I'm going to put 1 bobby pin on this side and then another underneath the braid, the other side's braid. So I have it held up in 2 spots, leaving a little gap in the middle that we will use later. I'm going to repeat with the other one, but going over. So, pinning where the braid starts versus where the other one starts. So then you're getting kind of this weird parallel moment with the hair kind of drooping down. What's going to happen is you're going to follow the first braid, and you're going to make a nice little oval shape, pulling this side up and tucking it into the pocket that you just made, getting the loose ends in there, then pulling the braid up and over to hide the hair tie and pin the middle, making it more secure. Then we're actually going to pin this little loop element over here as well because it will tend to flop out once you start moving. As you can see, it's creating like a little basket. One braid's a lot frizzier than the other, as I can feel. And we're actually going to pin the middle as well. But before we do that, I'm going to finish off this side. So this one's going to go under, continuing the circular motion that you just started wrapping it in. Pinning it in the middle to kind of lock that loose end in place. And then again, see how it's flopping out? We're going to pin that flat against the stack of braids that you already have. We're just going to go around, feel where it doesn't feel super tight and secure. I'm just kind of making it more suitable for what you're going to do. So yeah, I don't think I need another one. Oh, I feel something right here. Yeah, that's what this hairstyle looks like. You can see it's 2 Dutch braids that kind of go into a nice little basket weave. And again, if there's any random little loopies or flyaways, like I feel one right here, I take a U-pin, go through the loopy, and kind of tuck it in with the braid to make it lie nice and flat. And it creates a super secure hairstyle. You can see it does not move, does not budge. The only thing that's moving are my crazy flyaways right now because it's been raining and then hot and then snowing, and my hair just doesn't know what to do with that information. So yeah, this is the final hairstyle. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Please let me know in the comments below what would you like to see next, and I'll see you soon.